Welcome to my city. See the bright light, skyscrapers looking pretty. Perfect skyline, postcard from a city, and we still on the rise. No construction, keeping busy. Always bear down on the blue and the windy. Can't forget the bulls, red and black, run the city. Chicago, fire in the sky, WNBA, White Sox in the Cubs up in Wrigley. Got a couple rings like I played for the Blackhawks. Always on the ground when my feet hit the asphalt. Dedication, hard work, and preparation. Never giving up to reach the goals I've been chasing. When it goes down, I'ma be the main attraction. Better stand back when the cameras start to flashing. King down, buzzer beater, how the game go. Crowd goes wild, cause you know who they came for. Michael Jordan, D-Wade when I'm scoring. Great Walter Payton, John Tays when I'm enforcing. You already know I had to make an anthem. Shot down in the building, and you know what I stand for. Chicago, it's the city of the clock runs down, we gon' grab another win. Chicago, known for the skyscrapers, big city, big white city. We all about the paper. Chicago, ain't another city like it right down Lakeshore. See newcomers all excited. Chicago, I'm in love with my city. I'ma rep it till I die. See Chicago, with me. Chicago.
Yo, you know what time it is. This is Steady Serving Sports, ENT, aka with Bro Claude and the Gingerbread Man. Yeah, welcome in. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. So I don't want to hear nothing what Keisha got to say to me about anything. Welcome to the Gingerbread Man Show. This is Steady Serving Sports, ENT, an extension of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, K-Sap. Hey, shout out to the Full Court Trio. Shout out to the Players Club. We've been giving y'all more rhythm, more exercises, and more information all last week, the whole month of March. We've been having it popping right here in Simply Ball Dropping Podcast Networks. We've been giving it to you the real way that you need to have it and giving you all of the information. But first, y'all better know it's facts over feelings. I mean, your feelings is your feelings, and I understand, you got feelings and emotions about certain things that might come up. And you might be like, man, Bro Claude, why you say that, man? Why you say that? I'm going to say it because it's in my head. That's the only reason I'm going to say it. I mean, if I think it, I'm going to say it. Don't you want somebody to be honest and tell you how they feel instead of trying to sugarcoat some shit? That's what this show is all about. But this show is all about to tell you, to bring you the truth and give you my honest opinion. And I could be wrong. You could be wrong. We could be wrong together. But look, it's your say, my say, and the truth. So the truth is the last part of it, right? So I let the chips fall wherever they lay. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, because this right here is where we get it done. So I'm putting a little music on for everybody. You know what I'm saying? All music that you hear is made by me. So I'm gonna just tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all something. We ain't heard nothing from the CBA. We ain't heard anything from the CBA. Hey, Sister Jackie, how you doing, beautiful? We have not heard nothing from the CBA. Why, chat? Why we have not heard anything from the CBA? Well, I'm going to tell you why. You might don't like it, but from what I heard, they still in the room locked up, talking about what could be, should be, and must be done, and the shit still not negotiated. It's not done, but it's just still getting talked about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, after a year and a half, you would figure that they would have their shit together. You would figure that they would put more thought in to pay these ladies what they supposed to have. You would figure that they are thinking about the best and the upper part of the trajectory of where women's sports is. You would figure that they would like to give a human being what they actually earn. You would figure that they would take accountability and give honor to the ones who's been doing this forever. For 29 years to raise this league, you would figure that they would say, okay, all right. I do see you. I hear you. I feel you. You would think that the people who puts out a product and the product responds and give you great analysis and analytics and all of the things that you need to make money, and especially putting butts in seats. You would think that these people that you put out as a product, that you give a contract to, that you pay for services, and then when they deliver, you would think to say, hey, you do deserve a raise because this is what you earn, but this is also what you brought in. So this here is something that you should have because this is what you brought to me. You would think the humanity part of this disgusting league, terrible owners, all of them at hand, these disgusting front office people, you would think that these people would be honored to serve and give someone who works hard, play hard. I ain't talking about we ain't got a league full of Rachel Bannums. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We don't have a whole league full of Rebecca Allens. We don't got a whole league full of, the worst of the worst. But they there, Uzons and all that shit. We don't have a whole league of that. But what we do have is that we have participants. We have people who have been in this thing as veterans for over 5 to 10 years. Some of these people that's still in the WNBA, struggling to keep themselves a spot, keeping themselves in shape, taking the right things and putting their bodies to the test. You would think that they would support a better living style, a better life for these young ladies that is on the floor as a product. You would think that they would support that. You got players, as if I'm gonna just keeping it real with you guys, like Candace Parker, who probably injured forever. The legs turn in, knees sore, hurts. Some of those players, like Sue Bird, Dana Taurasi, who played 20 plus years, who gave the league 20 years. You would think by having these people, Maya Moore, in the league, the professional sports, that they would learn their lesson, that they would try to do better. You would think with an Asia Wilson in her prime, that's the ultimate GOAT, that you would treat the GOAT much better. And understand that the GOAT is worth a lot of money. You would think that Breonna Stewart, one of the most decorated basketball players in the WNBA that's active ever, would get treated with supreme love, care, and cherish because of what she done. You would think that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese would get highly treated and respected going into their third year. You would think that those girls and all of the young women that I have already quoted will get treated better than what they have been getting treated. No, what we have here, y'all, is a consumption. What we have here, y'all, is a foul spirit of negotiations. What we have here is a corrupt league. And none of you, all of you, maybe don't get that these people, all of them, are corrupt. Because guess who didn't break? The owners, all the way down to the worst, so-called, the worst organization in the league. They standing with them. They standing 10 toes down. So what the hell you got to say? So I don't buy with y'all all this. Oh, I want Caitlin to leave the Indiana Fever and go over here. She'll get treated better over here. I hear you, Clarkies. And then I hear all the Reese's Pieces. Oh, no, Angel got to get out of Chicago so she could go over here. Go over there so she could get mistreated. The same, or not exactly the same, but it's the same of mistreatment. Come on, man. Y'all need to cut it out. Cut it out. Send that message to somebody else's manipulation. Because if it's a bad thing is a bad thing. You manipulating the reason and why you want these people to leave the said teams to come to your area. A bad thing is a bad thing. A bad person is a bad person. And what we have here is bad people that has taken advantage of players, that has not given them the things that they need to do. Do you understand that they had in the negotiation, in the start of the negotiation, that they was taking away the housing? All of them have agreed on that. All of them agreed on that proposal. They all have to sign off as owners. So all of them thought and felt like after a year's time, you should take the housing. These are bad people. You guys don't get it. They are bad people. And you because of your personal and your undertone and your personal motivation to want Angel to have better, it don't get too much better because they are all corrupt. This is a corrupt league. Yeah, Brooklyn, you just saying that because you want Angel to stay in Chicago, and I am. And she gonna stay. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Because she gonna be there because she under why? Lulu, she's under contract, so she has to stay. Fucking, I don't get the, do I have to spell it out to you? She's on a contract. She wants to play in the Olympics. She has to concur. She has to understand. She has to abide by rules. She wants to play basketball, people. You emotional people. She wants to play. She don't want to fucking sit out. None of these players want to sit out. Kelsey Plum, she said it'll be a tragedy. Paige Becker say it'll be a tragedy. Breanna Stewart say it'll be a big inconvenience for that to happen. Angel Reese said no one wants to sit out because they want to play basketball. You guys are in feelings, and it's facts over feelings. I told you guys, there's 150 people in here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel also. I told you people before, I told all of you who watch my videos and come to this, over 100,000 of you guys. I told you guys that Angel Reese was going to stay in Chicago last year before the season even ended, after the season ended, during the negotiations, and up to now. I told you guys, but you didn't like it because it was coming. It was too much truth for you. And you was emotional and you had your feelings all in it. You were projecting yourself, your feelings, your emotions on Angel Reese. You were projecting what you would do on Angel Reese. Angel Reese said, hell no, I got shoes to sell. Fuck you talking about. She's like, hell no, I got a USA Olympic team to play for. What are you talking about? See, when money people understand this, and when you handling big abundance of money and you paying people, yeah. See, I don't want a person that's not a millionaire or have not been a millionaire to tell me how to make millions. You can give me your suggestions. You can tell me what you think. But if you ain't touched $1 million, I too much don't have to listen to your conversation because you ain't taught. You can't teach me how to make $1 million because you have not had $1 million in your fucking hand, in your bank account, or been able to show me real detail of how to make it. But I can. You ain't finna tell me that a person that doesn't know how to swim gonna tell me something better than a person that know how to swim. And you ain't gonna tell me, just simple and plain, you're not gonna tell me how to fly a kite, and you ain't never flew a kite before. That sounds crazy. My grandmother said one thing. I'm gonna tell y'all, grandmother always said, she said, common sense, everybody not born with common sense, Claude. She said, some people have their mind made up on the way it needs to go. But common sense. See, this is my grandmother. She lived to be 95 years old. She said, common sense, everybody's not born with it. So don't judge the people. Just let the people be that. And it's not your right to tell people that they're wrong. You just state the facts. And if they can't handle the truth, then let that be them. Because guess what? I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to let you guys know what's going on. Jacob, please don't defame my name. I never drink. I never drink. I don't drink alcohol at all, ever. This ain't somebody else. I know you was kidding, but some of my Muslim people or family is up in here, and I don't never want them to think that I take a drink to my head or smoke any reefer. I don't do none of those things. I'm very cognizant. I'm very cognizant in what I'm saying. I know you was joking, but don't joke with me with no alcohol. I don't do that. No, I don't do that. Because I believe people need to be in the sound mind to understand what I'm saying. I believe that people need to know exactly what I'm saying is coming from the heart. It's coming from the heart. And I want these people to understand that I'm not, it's all good, baby Jacob. You my nephew, it's all right. But I don't want the new people that's coming here. It's 180 people that's here watching. I want these people to understand that I'm really being as truthful as I can. That the CBA should have been already done. The CBA should have been done. And why it's not done? Because you got wicked owners that's in this. My sister ADP hit me throughout the day about the CBA negotiations. My sister, my little niece, she wins, and in the dark with the smile, and everybody, y'all all are wondering what's going on with the CBA. Hey, my sister Donna Cox. y'all all wondering what the hell is going on with this CBA. Well, I'm going to tell y'all one reason why it's not done yet, and y'all could take it or leave it alone. These people that own these jobs, own these teams, they're greedy. We know that they're greedy people. And when you're greedy, you're nasty. You're nasty, foul-minded people. And everybody know that these girls deserve much more than what is even on the table. Can y'all agree with me with that? They deserve much more than what they even arguing for. We all are unanimous on that. The ones that know the girls have brought big time major dollars across the world to this table. And they're still negotiating on peanuts. Why? Because there are people that are wicked that owns this league that's not going to break, that's not going to falter. They want the girls to show separation. They want the ones who does not make the most money or not on a certain level to crack at the root of everything. They want them to argue and crumble. They wanted what happened and transpired last week and over the weekend. They wanted arguments in between them in different classes and selections. This is how they play the game. Unfortunately, this is what these people do. I'm serious as a heart attack because I'm very passionate about the women getting paid. I'm so passionate. I waited to this day, this very moment. I didn't bust not one time, y'all. I did not crack up. I did not crash out. Not one time really on this subject because I wanted it to go all the way to the end. So I can really call a spade a spade. Every single team is in the same thought process. Every single owner is kumbaya with each other on how they view these girls to get paid. You think about that, you guys. Think about this common sense. We know. See, the reason I'm upset right now is because I got 8 daughters. And I don't want any of my daughters to be deprived over greedy, powerful people. And I got brothers and sisters that's in this chat and that's listening to this program that I don't want powerful people to mistreat or use you. I'm going to fight to the end for truth. And also I'm going to fight to the end for righteousness, for to be right. We just want it to be right. We just want it to be fair. We just want the girls to get the money fair. We just want them to have their fair share. Yes, we do want to watch them play. Yes, we are enjoying the game. Yes, I even enjoy some of the fans, and I like the foul comments. I like the disrespectful, because it's all about rivalry, right? You ain't supposed to be nice. You understand? So when people say, "Oh, shut up, fat dude looking like a big chocolate leprechaun," like, it's hilarious to me because I know I'm not short and I'm a big guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want a situation where people, human beings, are getting mistreated in any type of way. And if I make a mistake and make, because it will be a mistake, because I don't want to disrespect not one human being. I really don't. I don't want to hurt not one individual, me personally. But if I'm telling you the truth and the truth hurts you, then that means that you was not supposed to be thinking what you was thinking. So let's go into it, y'all. We finna get right into it. The current state of the negotiations in the proposal. Let's get into it. Where do things stand after the weekend or the movement on both sides? Let's take a look. This is as of 7 hours ago. This is written by Bridget Kennedy. She was on site. Y'all know Annie Constable, she's back and forth, but we ain't listening to Annie Constable because she the ops anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we not listening to Annie Constable at all, and I will not read any of her work. Annie Constable won't be getting represented over here because, I mean, I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I mean? There might be some fans of Annie Constable out here, but I ain't doing that shit. Annie Constable don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Really don't. And I don't give a damn what she talking about. Yeah, I don't care about what Annie Constable got to bring to the table, nor the shit that she put down on paper. Okay, let's go. Let's get to the good part, y'all. We are just under 2 months out from the start of the WNBA regular season and still without a collective bargaining agreement between the league management and the players' union. Now, at this point, both sides have been arguing for months, and it's hard to know exactly how close they are to ironing out the contract. But in a sign of potential good news, both camps are reportedly scheduled meeting on Tuesday, which is today. Previous proposal deadlines to further discuss negotiations. According to the Associated Press, Doug Finder, following some movement over the weekend, could the league office and the WNBPA come to handshake agreement at this point? So what do that mean, bro, Claude? Well, if they come to a handshaking agreement, they can go forward because they got to March the 31st to sign everything. Everything dotted on the line, the president, the union, and the representative of all of the players, Nneka Ogwumike and Kelsey Plum, sign off, on the agreement. It says, or will contentious back and forth continue? Here's a peek at the thing stands as Tuesday afternoon. So this was as of this afternoon. Back in February, the WNBA leadership identified March 10th as the deadline by which the CBA terms must be agreed upon to avoid changes to the 2026 schedule. Now, since the date is here, Will said changes actually happen. We do not yet know. Per ESPN, Alexa Filippo, we finna go to her after I read this article because Alexis got a little bit deeper. So we gonna go to Alexis after I read this to you guys. It says, who has reportedly closely on the negotiations. March 10th was initially described as more of a target date, the then and hard and fast deadline. The move was also likely intended to put pressure on both sides, seeing as a new deal could still take weeks to be ratified. it wasn't shocking by them setting a date. One GM told ESPN, Michael Vopel, I will say I was surprised that it was the first time they had used the timeline as a negotiation tactic. It's like, what? You're doing this in late February? We have been doing this, the reverse engineering math initially, and though the date would be way sooner, like 10 days to a week earlier around NBA All-Star, we thought there was no way we could squeeze everything in this timeline. For anyone to say they were surprised there was a date set, what do you mean? There are two teams without rosters. What are you thinking? A CBA also isn't the only outstanding action item to wrap up before the season can begin. In addition to the expansion draft for Toronto Tempo and Portland Fire, the two teams to which the GM alluding, the league must also still conduct a college draft currently scheduled for April the 13th and hold a free agency period for over 100 players. Whatever we have to do to get to the season, I'm like, hey, let's do it, one GM added. Even if anybody sleeps, if nobody sleeps for like a month. Are talks close? It is hard to know from the outside, but there has been movement as late. On March the 1st, the league countered the WNBA's latest proposal with the executive committee member Kelsey Plum described as significant win. The union then countered the proposal on Friday, March the 6th, before the league replied on Saturday, March the 7th. That means the ball is currently in the union's court. And according to the AP, the league and the players union are set to meet on Tuesday to continue today to discuss. What are the players saying? Throughout the process, the players have been eager to reach a deal and avoid a lockout, but have held fast on the issues that matters the most to them. I don't understand why we don't just get in the room and iron it out and shake hands. Fever guard Caitlin Clark in Miami from the team's USA practice told reporters on Saturday, our business is you look each other in the eye, you shake hands, you respect both sides. For me, that's what I would love to see. Added Liberty Star and Union Vice President Breonna Stewart, I think that would be great for us all to sit in a room until we really get it done. She said, that means sitting in there for hours and hours at a time. Let's do it. That's for the better of the players. While a situation like that has never happened before, there's a first time for everything. We want the deal to be done. We want to have the season. Stewart continued. We just need to find the right numbers to reflect it. So what happens when a deal is reached? Okay, let's say both sides do agree to a CBA terms, either on March the 10th or shortly after. In that case, a deal would likely be signed by the end of the month, March 31st. Once again, remember, Chad, I told y'all that. With the expansion draft for the new franchise to be held sometime around April 1 through 6. ESPN recently reported, according to a timetable obtained by the Associated Press, free agent offers would then go out to April 7th and 8th, with the signing period from April 12th to 18th. Training camp will open the day after that, and the season could proceed as expected to come on May the 8th, people. Listen, it's 248 people in here, y'all. I'm interested in this thing just like you. If you would do me a favor, please hit the like button. Also, if you would like to give to the channel a super chat or a super sticker, listen, you don't have to. I appreciate it, though. I am greatly appreciative because it helps me continue to do what I'm doing. So I am grateful and I'm thankful. What is this issue? Are at the heart of negotiations. Revenue sharing is a key sticking point between both camps. In the late February proposal, the union reportedly asked for 26% of gross revenue for players. The league, meanwhile, has been countering with an offer of 70% of the net revenue. Numbers from the most recent offers, however, have not been made public. So this is how it's playing out, guys. This is what it is on the side of truth. Nobody at this point right now is saying anything that came out of those doors. They are supposedly on location right now. Right now, that's what they're saying, that they're on location right now, negotiating whatever needs to go and to transpire. They're saying that. More after these messages, guys. Hey, everybody. I'm here to talk about Vaughn Vacations, where planning is handled and memories are priceless. Travel is made simple. Vaughn Vacations takes the stress out of travel planning. From cruises and all-inclusive resorts to international tours, Tierra handles the details so you can focus on enjoying the experience. Whether it's a family getaway, couples trip, or group adventure, she makes planning easy. Experience, not just trips. At Vaughn Vacations, Tierra doesn't just book travel. She creates experience from bucket list destinations like Europe and Africa and luxury cruises, solo and create group trips. Every vacation is designed to create unforgettable memories. Personalized services you can trust. When you book with Vaughn Vacations, you get expert guidance and personalized service from start to finish. From the moment you hire Tierra to plan your trip until you return safely back home, she's with you every step of the journey, making sure your travel experience is smooth, stress-free, and unforgettable. Ready to plan your next getaway? Visit www.vaughnvacations.com and let Vaughn Vacations turn your travel dreams into reality. So guys, what I told you guys that I was going to take you to get more information, right? And I'm going to take you to Alexa Filippo, and I'm gonna let y'all hear a little something from the W and watch.
You have been all over this story. Where do things stand right now between the WNBA and the Players Union?
Yeah, Amina, well, the WNBA sent a counter proposal to the Players Union on Saturday. That was a day after the Players Union sent a counter proposal itself to the league on Friday. So you've had that back and forth, but right now the ball is technically in the players' court. It's been described to me that those proposals contained some movement, indicating a little bit of progress, but I think it's notable that we actually haven't had leaks from either side so far about the contents of that proposal, perhaps indicating that you guys actually see and understand the seriousness of what this deadline tomorrow could bring. And so while that March 10th date was initially described to me as more of like a target, it does still mean that the league is operating as if they need to get this deal done really sooner rather than later, if not as soon as possible, to ensure the schedule won't be impacted.
It says some people have left the meeting. Yeah, but I've heard that some people still are there. But thank you for that, TW 7525. I appreciate that information. I really do. So you guys, what we're hearing on the NBA CBA negotiations by Alexa Filippo, she said another month, another deadline, but now things might be getting real. Nearly a year and a half of the negotiations have yet to yield a new collective bargaining agreement. But March 10th is here. Last month, the WNBA told the Women's National Basketball Players Association and its teams that a new deal should be agreed by March 10th to keep the 2026 schedule in effect. There's no indication a real deal is imminent, and the March 10th might end up being more of a target date than a hard and fast deadline. When the players were given the time frame, the union saw it as a negotiation tactic from the WNBA to pressure players into the deal. The league, and the other hand, points to the league on the team revenue losses that they are state with a delayed season. With 59 days remaining until games are supposed to be tipping off on May 8th, a time crunch in upon us with much to do between now and then. ESPN examines the state of negotiations and what to know heading into the deadline. March the 10th updates. Where do things stand heading into Tuesday? It says that two sides swapped proposals over the weekend, with the WNBA submitting the counter proposal Saturday evening, and a day after the WNBA PA submitted one of its own, and would mean that the ball is in the union's court front for the next proposal. There's some interest holding in the proposal meeting potential, including players, and on Tuesday or a close to a deadline as possible. The possible benefits as such were brought up by the players at Team USA basketball camp over the weekend. I understand why we don't just get to the room. That was said by Caitlin Clark. You heard what Breanna Stewart said. How far apart are both these sides? Notably, there haven't been any leaks on the contents of the proposals exchange over the weekend. So it ain't been no leakage on what they've been saying. You know, it ain't been no leakage on, usually we'll hear a tweet here, a tweet there, or somebody that dropped something. They ain't dropped nothing. Everybody keeping their mouths closed at this point, which is awesome to me, really. Perhaps a sign both sides recognize the high stakes nature as the league deadline approaches. But in their previous proposal, the league and the WBPA were still far apart on revenue sharing. The WNBA proposing players receive an average of over 70% of the net revenue review after deducting expenses. Their proposal include a 5.75 million salary cap in 2026, up to 1.5 million in 2026. That is, a subsequent years will grow in line with the revenue growth. The league proposal future maximized salary include the revenue sharing payouts amongst the nearly 1.3 million in 2026, the projected to the 2 million in 2031. The Supermax in 2025 came in at $249,000. That's a Supermax deal for these girls, y'all. The average player, include revenue sharing, was projected to reach 540. So that's an average player, y'all, that will reach $540,000 a year in 2026 and 780 by 2030. So it will go up in 2030. So in 5 years, time, so it's 2026. So in 5 years time, they projecting it will go up to 780 up to $120,000 in 2020, up from $120,000 in 2025. So I just want y'all to hear the details of that money. I really want y'all to listen to the details of this money. In the previous proposal, the players union asked for the players to receive 26% of the gross revenue, the revenue before deductions expenses, over the lifetime of the agreement, with the salary cap in the year one of the deal about $9.5 million. The union has bristled at the league's proposal from the mounting less than 15% on their of the gross revenue, while the league has called the union proposal unrealistic. But they asking for 15%. That's only 6% over the 9% that they getting right now. Stop it. Stop. Like, stop it. These people are fucking, seriously, y'all. These people are bad people, man. I'm trying not to say the words. These people are bad people, bro. For real, for real. 15% of the gross revenue, while the league has called the union's proposal unrealistic and claimed that they would result in hundreds of millions of dollars in losses. You're a damn lie. You're lying. The other issue is that the parties are still negotiating, including housing, the future of the core destination of retired player benefits. What happens if there's no agreement on March 10th? Okay, so here's what happens. Everybody been waiting on what will happen if there's no agreement after tonight. Sources initially described March the 10th as more of a targeted date than a hard and fast deadline, like 3 dates where the previous CBA was up for expiration. They said that the league is still pushing for the deal. They really punishing, but pushing for the deal to get done sooner rather than to avoid a schedule impact of revenue losses. Even when the term sheet is completed, it could take several weeks for a deal to be ratified. Then the expansion draft from the Toronto Tempo and Portland Fire must be conducted, as well as free agency for 100+ players, all with 2026 WNBA draft set in April the 13th. So we reiterating, y'all. So therefore, we got an expansion draft. We got a free agency pool of over 100 players. And then we got the regular draft from the collegiate era, the collegiate draft, April the 13th. All this supposed to be happening back to back to back. We at the end of March, coming up in another week. We in the middle, Sunday. Oh, God. And even if the deal were to be agreed upon on Tuesday, the league could still be looking at the expansion draft and the free agency beginning in April. Training camp is slated to start in April 19th. The strike has been on the table since December, when the WNBA PA players body authorized the 7-player executive committee to authorize a strike when necessary. But the popularity of the strike among the players at this moment remains unknown. First Vice President Kelsey Plum said as recently as last week that a strike would be the worst thing for both sides. January 9th updates. What does the status quo means? For one, so the status quo, y'all, so people would, if it's not done, everything is going to go under the status quo. If nothing is done within today or the next day, everybody's going to go and fall under the status quo. Hit the like button, family. Hit the like button, please. It says, for one, not a work stoppage, at least not yet. Under the status quo, the working conditions of the current CBA would be maintained, and the league and the union can continue negotiating. But because the CBA expires without a replacement and the agreement prohibits either side for engaging in a work stoppage, status quo opens the door for a strike initiated by the players or a lockout instituted by the owners. Sources told ESPN that the league has not been contemplating on a lockout. Of course they ain't. They want their palms to be grazed. So hell no. They ain't got that on the fucking table. They just making sure they trying to see if they gonna break. I'm just telling y'all. That's what the fuck they doing. They trying to see who is gonna break. I'm just telling y'all. In mid-December, they voted to give the union's 7-player executive committee the right to call a strike when necessary. Both sides continue to be far apart as they work towards a new deal, particularly on the issue of revenue sharing and what such a system should look like. A source told ESPN that the league has yet to respond to the recent proposal from the union because it wasn't significantly different from the WNBA PA's previous offer. Lies. Snakes on the plane. Hey, y'all, that part right there.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Stop it. The longer both sides go with a deal, the greater the likelihood that the league will need to conduct a considered offseason where the 2-team expansion draft, free agency, and collegiate college draft all must occur with a few weeks or months. Last offseason, by contrast, the expansion draft was held in early December. Free agency took place in January the 11th to February 1st, and the college draft was on April 14th. Despite the uncertainty, the league sources believe both sides will get a deal done on their and there will be a 2026 season. Alexia Filippo, it says, what are the unrivals saying about the CBA? We don't care what unrivals say. So I believe her. I don't listen to Annie Constable. I believe her. She's a little bit better on her reporting, y'all. I do read a lot of her stuff, her literature that she be having on ESPN, and I think that what she's saying, because she been boots on the ground. She actually there. She's actually there. She might be out the goddamn door. We don't know, but she's actually there. You know what I mean? To report, sitting outside or whatever till they get done. But yeah, some people, TW says some people already have left. You know? So if people are leaving, then that means that they ain't seeing those people that's leaving, they ain't trying to hear nothing else then. I mean, when you leave, that's what that means. In real life, bro, Mike. Cause hey, Angel winning in real life. This don't affect Angel. Boy, what a hell of a thing to say. It says, as of March 10th, 2026, the WNBA negotiations remain ongoing with the final deal reaching the key deadline set by the league to avoid impact 2026. So, chat, it's what I said. I broke it down to y'all before I read everything to you guys. It's exactly what I said. These people are dirty people, man. These are dirty, dirty people. We'll get back to that more after these messages. Hey, everybody. My name is Bro Claude, and I'm here to tell you about the best whipped organic shea butter on planet Earth. It just so happens to be my brand. Bread House Butters. Sheens, shine, heal, treats, moisturize, condition your skin. Not only is this the best shea butter for you, but it heals good, smells good, and feels good. It is the best moisturizer that you can use. It clears up any scars, scrapes, stretch marks, blemishes, rashes, bruises, eczema, psoriasis, and most intensified dryness of skins. You can put this on your face, your hair, and your body, and I'm telling you, this is the best product that you can use in America, because of course we make ours and crafted handcrafted in our own kitchen. So I'm asking for you guys to support the #1 product that you're gonna ever be able to put on your body, Bread House Butters brand. And guess what? You can go to breadhousebutters.com. I said breadhousebutters.com, and put your order in now. Thank you, and I appreciate everyone who supports. Listen, are we going to have a season? Will things get done? Are these people that are so wicked in what they have done with the way that they've botched up everything, are we going to be able to see a real season with validity and not being rushed, a rushed product just for the sake of getting butts in seats? Or are we going to get a well thought about people relation, real type of okay, you guys done what you done, we still have to maintain what we have to maintain, and in the middle we can meet here? Can that happen? It can happen, but are they willing? And this is my beef with the WNBA. And this is why I started and how I started my soliloquy off in the beginning of these talks with you guys. These people are dirty. These people are selfish people. These people are unrighteous people. We're not going to get anything done if one side wants to win. I'm telling to the people that's standing with the ladies, stand with the ladies. I stand with the ladies. But also know some people are going to suffer. And war is ugly. Some people die in war, right? War is ugly. And right now in the battle, in the heat of the battle, nobody needs to break. Nobody needs to be shook up. They need to stand strong, stay on their principle, be right on what they're delivering. They're not asking for much. These people are under fucking paid. These are underpaid people. Listen, it's 290 people in here, 280 people in here now. So hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. And also, if you would like to give a super sticker or a super chat, I'm going to continue to ask for you guys to support. But just like me, I'm going to work for you. I'm going to do exactly what I do. I'm going to give my opinion. I'm going to tell you exactly how it goes down. And I want this to be a place where you come that you can actually hear how it is. When we hear and giving you what is actually what's being, you know what I mean, what's being done and what's being partaken from me to Keisha to Duval to Sister Tony, and then of course Brother K-Sal, we are trying, and Sister ADP and Miss D and everybody. You know, She Wins and AC Chi-Town Calvin and Brother Michael White and Brother Allen Hines, Brother Allen Hines, Sister Donna Cox, all of my people, MS, you know what I'm saying? Listen, all of y'all that helped me with this channel and have been helpers of mine and giving me the views. Sister Bernadette, Sister Angela. So everybody that has helped me, not for the weak, in the dark with a smile, my baby. You know what I'm saying? Sister Tierra, all of y'all, Sister Felicia, all of y'all have been great people giving me information. Brother Jabari, Nubian Sage, I just could go over. Magic Man Hero. So the members, it's important for you guys to get your membership to the channel. I'm asking for you guys to be a member and be a bread maker because, hey, we do it better over here, baby. This is the hottest podcast. You're going to get the information. And what a privilege. What a privilege. If you do have a business, please put your business in the chat right now. If you got a business or you're a business person, if you want to put your business out there of what business you have so that people can check it out, because we help people over here. I want you to help me, so I give back. I help you, and we build this community, and you build a good channel that you could come to and hear real hard truths. I know I'm a funny motherfucker, but I like to have fun. And if you can't laugh about some shit, then I don't know, you're gonna die from stress. And I'm not gonna die from no stress. We got to work it. Hey, brothers gotta work it out. We gonna work it out. Brothers gonna work it out. So, please give to the channel once again. I keep saying that and stressing that because it's imperative for you to give. Subscribe, like, and share to the channel after these messages. Let me tell you about the simplest way to get you in some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, and win some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and win some much needed cash. Use promo code SteadyServ and receive $1,000 bonus in cash. Now that it's football season, follow Steadyservin as I share my picks. Pick players, choose the amount, win money, make picks, win cash. Thanks, Underdog Fantasy, for your partnership with us, and thank you for using the promo code SteadyServin on Underdog Fantasy. You guys that's trying to find me, please go over to my website, Steadyservinsportsent. It says, are you looking to boost your brand and reach a wider audience? Our sports podcast and social media channels offer a perfect platform to promote your business. With our engaged listener base, we can help you connect with potential customers and grow your brand. Let's work together and elevate your marketing strategy. Listen, y'all, if you need help, hit me up on my website. That's what you could do. Check me out, send me the email, and whatever I can do to support you and help you along the way as we are building together. Because this is what it is. I believe in business. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I am an owner. Listen, keep the main thing the main thing. Let me know what y'all think about the CBA and what should they strike or should they settle? Let me know what you think. Or if you think they should meet in the middle, tell me how they should meet in the middle. Keep it nice and clean in the comments. And as always, I thank you for what you've done. I thank you for what you do. And I thank you for what you will do. And listen, as always, y'all, hey, as always, I leave as I came with another bang. Y'all, and I thank y'all so much for supporting me, loving me, and letting me see everybody in the comments doing what they doing, man. We had an active chat tonight. 280 people in the building on document. I appreciate you so much coming through and giving me some love like y'all doing. This channel is growing, and I'm here for you. And guess what, y'all? As always,
the Chicago nigga. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Yeah, baby, y'all already know what's happening. Hey, the baddest and the hottest podcast hooked up together, and we out here giving you the stuff that you need to hear, man. So, hey, as always, I leave as I came with another banger.
Welcome to my city. See the bright light, skyscrapers looking pretty. Perfect skyline, postcard from a city, and we still on the rise, but construction keeping busy. Always bear down on the blue and the windy. Can't forget the Bulls, red and black run the city. Chicago, fire in the sky, WNBA, White Sox and the Cubs up in Wrigley. Got a couple rings like I played for the Blackhawks. Always on the ground when my feet hit the asphalt. Dedication, hard work, and preparation. Never giving up to reach the goals I've been chasing. When it goes down, I'ma be the main attraction. Better stand back when the cameras start to flashing. Countdown, buzzer beater, how the game go. Crowd goes wild, cause you know who they came for. Michael Jordan, D-Wade when I'm scoring. Great Walter Payton, John Tays when I'm in